In case you don't know, Tesla stock up about 26,000% since it IPO'd back in July 2010, before some of you were born. I'm going to keep this one brief, but it's important. Back in 2010, Tesla had released the Roadster, a proof of concept that you could make a decent, high-performance electric vehicle for a semi-reasonable price in the high end, but obviously not a mass-market vehicle. But hey, good start. A lot of promise. Company IPOs, raises capital. Next minute, investors, well, the next generation vehicle better work, otherwise Tesla's fucked. That was the Model S. Turns out, when the Model S launched in 2012, it won every award ever, blew people's minds away, was the best car on the planet, and showed, not just hypothesized, but showed that an electric vehicle could be the best vehicle on Earth. This was a big moment. So Tesla stock IPOs July 2010, and basically goes nowhere until investors realize, hang on, that Model S is actually fucking incredible. Holy shit. Then out of nowhere, up 4, 5, 6, 700% in almost no time at all. Less than 2 years, stock nearly did a 10x on the back of the Model S's success. Then went essentially nowhere, or worse than nowhere. Well, investors thought, well, the Model S is selling well, but obviously Tesla's not making any money currently, and we're too retarded to realize that as they scale and benefit from economies of scale and drive costs down, suddenly they'll start printing crazy money. So Tesla's going bankrupt, don't ever make a profit, blah, blah, blah. Even though the Model 3 was massively successful. I mean, it still boggles the mind. We can go all the way back to September 2013 into May 2019, and the stock essentially went nowhere, certainly volatile along the way, but didn't do a whole lot. Then suddenly, when the money started hitting the quarterly earnings reports, which was obvious and inevitable if you just thought about Tesla scaling up and selling more, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly, holy shit, Tesla to the moon. By the way, May 2019, $12-ish a share, split adjusted is where I sold everything else I owned, which wasn't a whole lot. Went all in on Tesla. Next minute, the stock absolutely moons. I mean, look at this stuff. Up 3,200% from May 2019 to November 2021. People figured out, the Model 3 is working. The Model Y is going to work as well. Holy shit. Since then, though, as I record this, Tesla stock's still meaningfully off its peak price back in November 2021. We're not far off another half decade, similar to 2013, 14 until 2019, where the stock has essentially gone sideways. Very volatile in the meantime, but essentially done nothing. First, it was, well, the Model S might not work. Then it was, well, the Model 3 is selling great, but they're not making money yet. Therefore, they'll never make money because I'm retarded. And now the narrative is Tesla's late to autonomy. Waymo's the leader. You can't do autonomy, vision only. You need LiDAR, blah, blah, blah. So here's the question. What happens when the money starts hitting the balance sheet? The profits pile up from Tesla's massive Robotaxi fleet, which is currently scaling at a staggering rate. The last time that happened, we went from about $12 a share split adjusted to over 400. Of course, it is impossible to know what a stock's going to do over short, medium, or even long term. But the longer your time horizon, the less volatility matters at all. History on Tesla stock since 2010, and I'm talking about the stock, not the company, is that investors doubt, they're skeptical, they're negative, they're pessimistic. I'll wait and see. Wait till you show me. Rather than trying to anticipate, they just wait. Then after they get slapped across the fucking face, e.g. Model S wins every award ever, oh fuck, wow, they actually made an incredible, the best car on Earth, not just a good one, but the best car, holy shit. Well, the Model 3's selling like hotcakes, which is surprising, and we all said they'd never reach even close to the volume production that they're actually hitting, but they're not making money yet, and rather than anticipating that as they scale, they'd benefit from economies of scale and start printing crazy money, I haven't seen any profits yet, they're not making profits, therefore I can't buy it because the valuation doesn't make sense, Tesla's overvalued. And now the Robotaxi's tiny scale, but growing at an exponential rate. Well, there's no Robotaxi revenue yet, so I can't even consider what it might look like in the future because that would require courage and it's illegal on Wall Street. I'll tell you what, guys, it feels like a ticking time bomb in a good way, if you ask me. Before I wrap up, I just want to ask a question, maybe a couple. Can somebody please point exactly where was a good time to sell, or even better, to panic sell your Tesla stock? Maybe post-IPO. January 2013, you'd roughly doubled your money. Great time to sell, right? Doubled your money, lock in the profit, and miss out on the next 15,000%. Well, maybe that's a bit obnoxious. Maybe you're a little bit late. Maybe you didn't buy until after the Model S was crushing it. Bought it for $2.19 in January 2013. Stock surged around 500%, but then started crashing, and then you're panicking, well, shit, it was up 500, now it's only up 393%. I better sell now. Lock in my profit, that's a massive profit. And then you would have felt potentially like a genius. Look, it's not even beating the S&P 500 over the next 3 years. I'm a genius. I'm sure by 2019 in May, you were gloating on Reddit. What a genius investor you are. Please buy my trading course. I'm so smart. Maybe you're a timing lord and you sold at 284 in February 2021. What a genius. Look, I'm so smart. Stock crashed over 30% just after I sold. How smart am I? Buy my course. I'm really smart. Best investor on the planet. Next minute, surges, and even today, still up from that point. Maybe you sold in November 2021 close to $400 a share. You'd still be up today on that, as opposed to having held. Total genius, right? Or maybe you're extremely retarded and you panic sold in the low 100s back in early 2023. Stock roughly tripling since. The shorter your time horizon, the more compelling a case you can attempt to make for, oh, see, selling at this high was a good idea. Look, the stock's still below where I sold. I'm so smart. But the more you zoom out, the more you realize, historically speaking, everyone who's ever sold Tesla stock, save from a few very recent exceptions over the last couple of years, has seen Tesla stock surge past their sale price. So the question is, unless they sold out of necessity, case of emergency, etc., or to redeploy the capital somewhere else and get a massively larger return, if so, you're a genius. It seems based on Tesla's track record, the stock is extremely volatile, goes through prolonged periods of volatility, but essentially going sideways, and then eventually tears higher. The real question to ask is, what if Tesla is successful with massively scaling a global fleet of robotaxis? And what if they do have a massive cost advantage, never mind the scale and technology advantage, meaning they take the lion's share of the profits in this market, which is not the size of today's ride-hail market, but a much larger opportunity as costs will be even lower than they are today, meaning more people can afford to and do use transport as a service. Because this will, unquestionably, completely transform Tesla's business from fairly low margin hardware sales to an ultra-high margin, AI-driven, software-centric, money-printing monstrosity. Also, for those of you who don't know, I am mindful there are some new or very infrequent viewers as well. I began buying Tesla stock back here in the low teens per share split adjusted. I bought some Tesla stock in 2016. I bought some Tesla stock in 2017 and 2018 and 2019 and 2020 and 2021 and 22 and 23 and 24 and still buying today in 2025. Not because of what's already happened, but what I expect is likely to happen over the next 10 plus years. And for those of you playing along at home, I started this YouTube channel about the 20th of November 2019, Tesla stock about $22 a share. In my opinion, it was early days back then, and it's early days now. You might have noticed each epoch of Tesla stock discussed in this video was the result of Tesla saying, we're going to do this thing, and then Tesla doing the thing that they said they were going to do, and then investors going, oh fuck, they did the thing that they said they were going to do, comma, again, comma, and again, and again. But this time is different, obviously. Robotaxi is going to be a massive failure, so too will the Optimus humanoid robot. Nothing to say here, move along. I guess I should also add that I haven't sold a single share of Tesla stock at any point since I began accumulating about a decade ago. Now, there have been emergencies, but I've structured my investing in such a way that unless the absolute shit hits the fan, I'm talking like existential asteroid impact type of shit going on in my personal life or that of my friends and family, that I'll never be forced to sell any Tesla shares. But I do continue to assess the company, what they're doing, the landscape, the so-called competition. I'm not ideologically opposed to selling any Tesla stock if things dramatically change, but right now, as it's been the case for the last decade roughly, I haven't been able to find a better risk-adjusted opportunity. Obviously, many exist, I just haven't found them. And speaking of selling Tesla stock, I suspect those who have sold probably didn't envision a company 10 years after their sale of Tesla stock that looks even close to what I imagine. Otherwise, kind of hard to understand why anyone would let go of this absolute all-timer asset. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.